30 businesses are struggling to find employees as we come out of the pandemic, but it's not just COVID, it's also culture.
Fox 46's Taylor Young explains the recruitment challenge as law enforcement agencies see more people walking away from the badge and fewer people wanting to protect and serve.
Officer Josh Bowling has been patrolling the streets of Tega Cay, South Carolina.
Go ahead and pull off the roadway.
For nearly 4 years.
The registration's been out for 2 years.
A call for service he says he's felt his entire life.
My job as a peacekeeper is to try to find what I can find in that day that will make this place better for my kids.
At Tega Cay Police Department, hiring more Officer Bowlings has been difficult.
It's tough when you see people walking away or not wanting to come into it like they once did.
Right now, the department has 2 open positions, and applications have been far and few.
There's times where we open up our application process, and sometimes we have very few applicants that we can even interview because there's nobody applying right now.
In recent years, interest in becoming a police officer has plummeted across the U.S. The Police Executive Research Forum says 60% of departments surveyed saw an average of 30% fewer applications in the last 5 years. The trend even impacting North Carolina's largest police force.
When you look at the vilification of law enforcement that we've seen over the past year or so, year and a half, why would any young professional want to take this on as a profession and not without knowing who we are and what we do?
Put the gun on the ground. Put it.
High-profile police shootings, followed by weeks of protests and calls to defund departments, have put a spotlight on law enforcement's role in society.
I don't feel sorry for them.
Charlotte Mecklenburg NAACP President Reverend Corinne Mack says years of racism towards blacks have stripped away a major part of the community's trust towards officers. She says criticism of the profession is justified.
Police officers are leaving all over the country because now they're being held accountable.
Tyler Clemmis stepped away from his role as a CMPD officer 3 years ago.
I love the idea of being a police officer. Unfortunately, it's kind of turned into something today that once you get into it, it's really not what a lot of people expect.
He says low morale, lack of support from the community, county government, and command staff all contributed to his departure.
There's so much negative portrayal amongst, law enforcement today, accusing them of things that I personally had never seen before. I'm not saying that they're not out there. There's always going to be bad apples, and they need to be handled accordingly, and they should not be police officers. But your everyday, run-of-the-mill police officer, they're just trying to go home at the end of the day and just go to work, do their job, and go home. And they're just under such scrutiny, and they're criticized, and they're judged based on their profession, not the content of their character, that it's really just turns people away.
Obviously, you're upset. Physically, you're okay?
With 15% of the U.S. officers expected to retire in the next 5 years, Chief Parker says he's concerned with what the future holds for the industry and the people it serves.
We're receiving more people with mental health issues and drug issues than we've ever seen in law enforcement. I'm 30 years in law enforcement almost, and we've never seen a crisis like this.
His department has stepped up recruiting efforts, visiting colleges, military bases, and launching its first nationwide advertising test.
All of that is very difficult at the same time because when we're shorthanded, we're having to cover shifts, we're having to do different things to make sure that we're just operationally sound.
Parker's concern is who is applying out of the latest pool of candidates.
One bad police officer ruins an entire organization. And so you can't lower your standards or change your expectations.
The difference is Tega Cay PD used to see applicants applying by the dozens. Now it's just 1 or 2.
I definitely wouldn't want to fault you in a tough time.
The department is hoping the Officer Bowlings of the force stick it out to be the beacon for others to choose a life of service.
If we stop the fight, then we lose every bit of momentum we could have possibly had in keeping the balance.
Reporting in Tega Cay, Taylor Young, Fox 46.